Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Meeple has landed.
For
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Vitruvian Meeple's production of Echoes in the Mist, Part 3 of 1. Yeah. One shot, my sweet Aunt Fanny. We are here once again with Matt, Julie, Ray, and Patrick. ECAT is once again on hiatus. And so we are going to, by hook or by crook, we're going to finish this module, even if I write it short, because this has now gotten officially ridiculous. So, as I recall, last time we were here, you guys finished up in the abandoned mine and defeated, what was her name? Navara, the Timber Witch. You got some notes on her runes. You got a staff with the wood, with the rune of wood on it. And you got a very nice air freshener. A scent mask pine cone that allows the bearer to mask their scent from animals and other keen-nosed beings. This will help you in stealth-type rolls against things that use smell. And that being done, you decided to make camp, treat your wounds, do a little resting, and before you headed off in the other direction towards what you saw, what you gathered was a large frozen lake that you believe may hold the rest of the answers to the serpentine avalanche that started this whole thing off.
Or at very least a few remaining survivors.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not inside bears.
Anyone have any questions or comments or anything before we get started?
Since we rested, I should get the one tag back. That
yeah, you can. Yes, you can. You can restore any tags that you scratched.
I'm just trying to figure out how to do that. Never mind. There we go. Yep. I was clicking on the wrong thing.
Yep. At some point, I would really love to be able to get the various character sheets all to display at once, so that maybe I can put them up on the stream, because I think that would be really cool. But not tonight, so we'll see what happens from there.
I have a question.
Yes.
Given that we fought the snow beasts, was that an environmental anomaly, or is it what weather are we in right now? Is it cold, temperate?
So you are in the Spine Mountains, and you're pretty high up in the mountains. So it is far chillier here than it would be down closer to ground level. The mine that you journeyed towards is in the middle of an evergreen forest. So you're not seeing a whole lot of you weren't seeing a whole lot of snow or ice in this part, but it is definitely, you have wrapped whatever blankets or animal skins, or Seraphina's caught herself on fire, that you can do, because it's not like bone chilling cold, but it's been chilly.
Okay.
That
Helpful,
being
thank you.
said, as you make your way back through the mountain pass that you journeyed on to get to the mine, back to the split point, where the caravan merchants pointed you in each of the two directions, and then on your way towards the lake. And now you are getting a good bit of snow coverage. It is not actively snowing, but it is definitely
There we go.
there you go.
I don't want to start rollable tables.
I can put your character sheets on there. Darn it. Okay. Then never mind. I'll just go back. So it's not actively snowing, but you have started walking through fallen powder, and it is getting considerably colder. So I'm going to ask each of you what you are doing to kind of combat the cold, and we'll make these the first couple of rolls of the evening. Seraphina, I'm just going to respect your tags, and you are a fire mage. You're just fine. Howard, what are you doing to protect yourself against the cold?
He's looking about half again his size because all of his feathers are fluffing out.
Okay. So let's have you go ahead and make a roll.
Okay.
I think we can use didn't even feel it. We can definitely use Mallard. And didn't even feel it from Berserker.
Yep.
And I think that's probably going to be about it. So let's see what happens.
Quick outcome.
Yeah. Oh! Oh, no! Oh, that's not good.
Maybe waterproof. I'm not snowproof.
Yep.
Don't forget to take your berserker out of the freezer 3 days before
Right.
the holiday.
Hey, what you doing with that probe thermometer?
There we go. You are freezing 3. It is you're feeling like a Thanksgiving turkey in the beginning of November. It's not good.
No.
Tequila.
Yes.
So numb gnu's is good gnu's. What are you doing to try to keep yourself warm against this very quickly increasing just
Chill
absolute
factor.
wall of cold?
Tequila is trying to remind himself of the few stories that his dad knew about living on Mount Ferkbar, because living on the mountain and into the mountain, gnomes are relatively accustomed to chilly slash cold weather. Not immune, but their skin is a little thicker. However, as with many things, one needs to be acclimated to the climates in order to truly develop that and get used to it. And let's see, the city is pretty close to the middle of the continent, which is not that high elevation. So
Nope.
he is trying to distract himself through stories, through what he could do, what would make a good warming gadget, um, and uh, try to distract himself
Okay.
from the increasing cold.
So I'm going to throw a couple of tags in your way. We have harsh cold and icy ground working against you.
Yep.
But what of your personal strengths do you think you can draw on to maybe help you with this?
Oh, well, I mean, gnome,
Okay.
I think will help, but I have to throw in short, stubby legs because dude is closer to the ground.
Yep. Yep. I like that.
So, will you know every time I click to get back on to the game? I don't have a double monitor yet, thank you. Anyway, here we go. I'm fine. So I clickety gnome.
Clickety short stubby
I
legs.
clickety stubby legs. You've already thrown tags on
Yeah.
there.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, please.
You know what? Okay, I will say, all right, hold on. Given that I'm sure, especially through schooling and whatnot, his curiosity, Taquito's curiosity would have probably driven him to at least a few times read up on gnomish culture. So I would like to throw on knows a lot as well.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yep. And I think, okay, is there anything else that you want to add?
No.
Okay. So I think to give you a fighting chance here.
Oh, come on. Make him freeze like a fucking popsicle. Who cares?
Okay. Go for it.
Quick roll?
Yep. Okay. So, all right. So I'll give you a choice.
Yay!
You have three. So there are three levels of a status here. You can take. Sorry, let me maybe think about how to phrase this. For every level of cold that you take as a status, you can remove one from Howard. How much are you sharing the wealth?
By Waha's burning cock, it's cold out.
Isn't it a festival you folks like to go to?
Well, I mean, the Burning Phallus Festival is more of a midsummer activity.
The Burning Cock Festival. It's a real roaster.
How many so do I have?
You have
what,
three.
3 levels?
Yep. Which is exactly what Howard is at right now.
Ah.
You can split them between the two of you if you would like, however you wish.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
or you can just be functional and I will continue to freeze my tail feathers.
Tequila looks inside mentally at everything he's pondering, and then notices the quaking quack over there.
So I think what happens here is that the story that comes to mind is of the usefulness of blankets, and specifically those made out of the feathers of various fowl. So the question is, are you going to pluck his feathers to make yourself a blanket?
Oh. Given that he typically knows where I sleep.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah, and the reciprocity of that is not something I really want to imagine, and is not in any books that Tequila has come across thus far. So Tequila will share two. Will give up two of the three levels.
Okay, so you're taking cold 2 and bringing Howard down to cold 1, or vice versa?
Yes.
Okay.
I would have gone the other way, but this guy isn't wearing shoes or a shirt. So.
Well, it's something about seeing Hereward. Tequila has never seen Hereward truly vulnerable. And not because of a threat by a foe or adversary or anything like that. And so it hits different.
Okay. And finally, Zell.
Oh, right. Oh, boy. He is really starting to regret some of his temperate dietary things that, he may have that nice six-pack, but unfortunately that really doesn't help you in the cold. So really the only things he's got going for him, he has the chest of coins, which he is currently carrying because he's kind of trading off with Lendra on who's carrying it. So he's bringing it along for the very selfless purpose of giving him extra work to do, so he has to exercise more in order to keep all nice and warm and whatnot. And he is doing his best to, follow in Heward's footsteps, even though he has those big ass feet that'll work a little bit like snowshoes. It'll also tramp it down a bit so his feet don't keep plunging all the way through the snow and, making him all the more cold. So I think that's about all I've got with that, though, on account of the fact that, I don't imagine Fiendish Heritage works very well on cold. Probably the opposite.
Yep.
And the only other thing I would have going for me then would be my good friendship with Seraphina, in that I'm probably standing very close to her, hoping not to freeze my ass off.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you one for cozying up particularly closely to Seraphina. Go ahead and roll.
What was that?
Quick outcome.
Yeah, when I click on quick, yeah, so let me pull that back up. There we go. I have apparently lost my connection to the server. Give me just a moment.
We're doing real well tonight, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's reloading itself.
Okay.
So I had the least amount of negotiation for that, and of course, it decides not to work quite right.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Well then, I guess those coins are heavy.
Yep. Hmm. Nah. All right. So the four of you make it through this part of the icy journey. Howard and Taquito looking a little bit worse for the wear. And as you're continuing on this, and it is getting just bitterly cold. Serafina, even your fire is starting to waver a little bit. And you see as you come over one of the hills, you see in the distance what you can tell even from here is a frozen lake, and there is it looks like maybe a waterfall at the far edge of it. If you had to guess, you'd probably say that the waterfall was frozen as well. But that is almost certainly the lake towards which you should be heading.
Okay. We have a direction.
Okay. And as you get there, yes, you see there. It is a truly majestic waterfall that has been turned completely to ice. And then you notice that from within the waterfall, you're seeing some lights. And it looks like whatever is responsible for this supernatural cold may have actually turned the waterfall into its lair. You are at the edge of the frozen lake. In order to get to it, you will have to traverse the lake. However, doing so without some kind of plan will almost certainly get you noticed by whatever is here.
I have Tessa's concern that any of us might fall through the ice of the lake. Only one of us floats spectacularly well.
So, how big is the lake? Does it look like we can potentially circumvent the shoreline to get closer to it, or does the layer that we need to get to, is it like
it is
in it? I'm trying to visualize here.
So the lake is I'm going to say about probably 100 to 150 yards across, but the far side of it is almost completely up against the sheer cliff that also is where the waterfalls is coming from. So it would be impossible for you to get to the waterfall without having to go across at least some of the ice.
Okay.
And
all right,
we could do
yes.
at least as much on solid ground as possible,
Yes.
just to minimize that falling through the ice, because that would be bad.
Okay.
So I've got a really dumb idea when it comes to not being spotted by whoever's inside of the cave.
Okay.
I would like to point out that the surrounding territory is covered in snow, including the ice on the lake, I imagine, correct?
The ice on the lake is actually not covered in snow. It actually looks almost recently Zambonied.
Okay.
It's actually really nice and shiny. And
I imagine if Heward were to conceal his beak, the rest of them being more or less white, we could just walk behind him and it'd be harder to spot us all. Just go in a straight line like sand people, and it'll conceal our numbers. And once again, act as a bit of a visual block, because looking out across it, anything in the background is also white. So that might make sense.
Oh, this
is so roll.
That's not as bad as where I thought you were
it.
going with it, Patrick.
So, just question before we go into pants on head territory. You know, this is a lake near a pass. Are there like boats or anything?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
No, the lake is completely frozen over. You don't see this is it may have had traffic at one point, but this just looks like what had been a naturally occurring lake at the bottom of a waterfall that is now completely frozen over.
I have
Okay.
a slightly even more insane idea that we could try.
Love it.
Okay.
Instead of trying to go with the stealthy approach, we could just go with the shock and awe approach, in that we all start like 20 yards from the edge, run as hard as we can, and slide across the ice right at the waterfall.
Okay.
Assuming that friction doesn't take over and leave us stranded halfway across, which is very likely, we could very well just, whip across the ice, find ourselves right there, and, we'll run into the waterfall. That's fine. We probably need to crack through a bunch of it anyway.
Okay,
Unless
I
you
have a
lose the
question
gap.
before we continue with this line of thinking.
Are you nuts?
No,
It's certainly making the stealth idea seem
better.
better
Yeah.
in comparison.
Okay, so is the lake flat or is there any type of slope?
Nope. The lake is pretty much entirely flat.
Okay, but you said it's complete, but it's completely clear. There's no like snow drifts and what
Yep.
have you.
Yep.
Okay,
Freshly Zambonied.
Tick, do you think that with us helping with the construction, that we could build essentially a sled that we get onto and we push off from the solid ground to actually try to zoom across the lake? The fact that there's no, there's nothing to hit to try to speed up the crossing, and for shock and awe, I'll stand as the freaking prow to it, all freaking lit, which will obscure you guys behind me.
Yep.
I mean, we could use any sharp thing to kind of help push us along.
And I will point out that Zal has a nice wooden shield that can probably be salvaged for parts to help you build this thing. I would definitely allow you to scratch that tag.
That's better than my other plan with the shield, which was to put Takeedle on it and throw him.
Gnome bowling!
Is that kind of like Zell's version of the fastball special? I mean,
Takeedle looks up at Seraphina and looks at her and says through chattering teeth, "Wood reads ice sticks." And like, go get it.
okay.
All right, I checked the edge of the shore for any frozen reeds that might be there or just under the ice.
Okay. Yes, for purposes of the story, yes, I will say that you can gather all the materials you need, and you can salvage enough wood from destroying the shield. So, Tick, you know what? You're an artificer. You're a tinkerer. I'm just going to respect the tags, and give this to you. So yes, you now have a.
Is that scratch trap? I can't tell.
You now have an ice sled.
Yay! So this ice sled
Mhm.
is made up of various, parts of the shield, plus interspersed with the sticks and bundled with, so the reeds are being used, um, plus anything else that, seems like it could be used as rope. But there's also two around the, I had Zell go to the edge of the lake and see if he could crack some ice along the shoreline and then cut that in order to affix to the underside. The bits of ice are the blades of skates.
Okay.
Nice.
So through however we were able to like ice pick a hole through, weave it there, but it's rudimentary, but it is at least stable, and at Tick's best estimation should manage everybody's weight,
Okay.
unless somebody is like in the back just pushing and they can hang on if necessary, depending on what we decide to do.
Other question.
Yeah.
Is there wind?
Sure.
We use a blanket or a spare cloak to make a sail?
I like that idea. Yes. You can have wind in your favor.
We just have to get in the right direction and then break with the wind.
Yep. Break
And-
like the wind.
Or, just eat a whole lot of
To
beans.
serve as a rudder if we need to steer it all during our trip, I have razor sharp claws I could just drag along behind me. They'll actually penetrate the ice.
Nice.
And so that should give us enough drag to turn.
Okay.
Could we also have Hereward in front and flap for lift? Or at least, instead of swimming like this, actually use his, apparently their things was built for flying.
That I'm gonna say no.
No.
Because,
Okay.
If you do that, I'm going to say that the force of him flapping his wings is going to counteract the wind that's working in your favor.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Besides the fact in the lore of the Mallards, the gods took their wings away for some infraction, so the whole
That's a sore subject.
it's a sore subject, and the whole redemption thing for the species is to
Fine. We have it planned out. We won't wing it. I'm okay with that.
Look at that. I do
this
have
is
some
more of a
samples.
jackdaw thing. We do have,
Oh,
a
did you do?
temperature differential.
Ooh, that purdy.
Yep.
Just hinting to the artificer that you've got cold air and a heat source, so you could create wind flow. Seraphina, she's on fire. Warm air expands. Cold. Never mind.
You lost me at the math, but I get where you're going with it.
As I said, this is definitely not a Hereward thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I'm going to reward all the ingenuity because that was all really, really cool shit. So you all get on the sled. Tick, you're kind of checking all of the ramshackle though they may be connections, and making sure that everything is possibly going to hold together. And I kind of see like Howard basically acting as the pusher of the bobsled that like pushes it onto the ice and then jumps in at the very last second.
Well, and him, because he does actually have the weight behind him jumping in, also can
Mhm.
helps with that. That much math and physics I can do.
Yeah.
Can't calculate it, but I understand.
So, Tech, I am going to have you roll for this,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to give you lots of bonuses here. The cold 2 is going to work against you. But you have the wind in your favor. If you scratch the ice sled, that'll give you an extra +3. Let's see, and then
Yeah, the ice sled doesn't have to survive the end of the trip.
exactly. And then let's see. Give you 1 from Howard pushing it, 1 from Zell's steering, and 1 from Serafina kind of melting just the surface of the ice in front of you, so you're kind of like curling. So go ahead and scratch the ice sled.
Okay.
And roll a quick outcome, and let's see what happens.
Okay.
No, hold on. No, I gave you 4 bonus to that. That should be a 9 because I gave you. What the hell, guys? Come on, that's not. Okay, so that is a 9, which is still outcome with consequences. So you make it across the ice, but I will say, let me see what people have here. Okay, I'm gonna be a little mean, just because I mean you're not gonna be able to take this with you anyway. You make it across the ice, however, you misjudge the speed a little bit, and as you crash into the base of the waterfall, Zell, the chest of coins flies out of your hand and smashes against the waterfall, the base of the waterfall. Coins fly everywhere.
Oh crap! Did we just run over a hedgehog?
Very nice. Okay, so yeah, you are at the foot of the waterfall. There is not an obvious way in, but I will let someone like look around and see if they can find something. Again, with the idea that if things go poorly, you might get discovered.
Okay.
Oh, the
So
obvious.
I think you're up.
Yes, ma'am, Mister. What's up?
Who's
All right,
heading
so I'm going to skulk around the edges to see if there is an air gap where it falls, and thus there would be a gap where the ice is. One hopes, or at
Okay.
least where it's really thin.
What, if anything, are you using to help you with this?
Let's. All right. Well, first of all, I think I will have Lender help me by checking the other side of it under the auspices of go find stuff.
Okay.
I will, to improve upon my stealthiness, instead of trying to walk across the ice, I'm just going to get low and pull myself along by my aforementioned razor sharp claws.
Okay.
So I can just kind of slide around the edge real low and hopefully not be seen if anybody is there. And if I am, I'm low, and I'll just like, hit him in the nutsack or something.
I mean, you are blue too, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
And I've actually dimmed myself down to basically embers.
Okay.
So yeah. So still keeping warm, but not all, until it's go time.
Yep.
All right. I think that should be good.
Yep.
All right. That should be quick.
Yep. Oh, you guys are not having good luck today. You hear something. You all hear a large, a set of large footfalls behind you. And you turn, and there is a 8-foot tall, completely white, completely hairless. It looks mostly human, but it is, like I said, it's about 8 feet tall. It's kind of hunched over. Its arms are a little longer than would be normal for a human, and the hands are also extended. The fingers are extended, and they end in very sharp claws. It has slightly pointed ears, and it looks at you with ice blue eyes. And you have been made, and now you have to figure out what to do about this thing. So we're going to throw it first to Howard, I think. Or I'll leave this up to you guys. Does anyone in particular want the spotlight and have something they would like to do?
Don't everybody speak at once.
Can we say has the cold severity changed noticeably from getting onto the sled to seeing a hair snow beast in front of us?
The ambient cold has not increased, but you can feel cold radiating from this thing.
Mm-hmm.
As
during our trip across, how thick did the ice feel? Did it like crackle along as we went, or was it just like dead solid?
Yeah.
It was pretty solid, but it occurs to you that if this thing is, and as it's continuing to, and it walks towards you, and it is not slipping on the ice one iota. If the sound of those footfalls are to be, are accurate, there's no way that this thing should be being held up by this ice.
Did somebody shave a bumble?
Howard, you have a big mace. How about you hit the ice and maybe it'll fall through?
Or I could just hit it.
Also an option.
I mean, yes.
I mean, hitting the it's dumb to have this conversation right now.
Yeah.
But I don't think out of game, I don't think it's a great idea to smash ice while we're standing on it.
Just saying.
Ducks
Just
float,
saying.
though. I don't know if ice trolls do. That's the question.
Do
Well,
fiend-born fuckboys float? Is
not well.
Okay,
no.
while they're debating this, I'm getting behind Howard. 1, because he's bigger than I am. 2, so that when I turn the flame back on full bright, I don't blind him, and I'm hoping it'll blind the ice troll thing and make it actually easier for Howard to hit him, because he'll have the light from behind him to illuminate the troll, but then the troll won't be able to see Howard as clearly because he'll be looking into the flames. And
Okay.
I really hope that made sense.
Yeah.
all of the I'm bigger than you. I'm like, I think I come up to your sternum.
But you got the the bulk.
Yes.
Okay, so
Shaped like a brick.
so Seraphina, we're gonna call that your spotlight. So tell me, I'm assuming that what you're trying to do is basically like give this thing some kind of blinded or such status.
Yes.
Okay. What would you like to use to make that happen?
Let's see. Well, definitely bears a halo of flame
Mm-hmm.
and shroud of flame.
Okay.
And let's see. And even though it's actually an eye-catching, even
Yeah.
though it's normally because she's really pretty,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
people on fire isn't a usual kind of thing.
Yep. Let me see. No, it really doesn't have anything that that would particularly steal it against this. Yeah. So go ahead and make a detailed attack roll.
Hey.
Okay. Okay. So yes, you can give this thing
Okay.
you can give this thing like blinded 3. Is that what you would like to do?
Yeah, I think that works.
Okay.
I would like to riff off of that, but I have a question first.
Okay.
What is the status of the ice sled?
It's gone. It
What
has
define gone? Is it in pieces?
Yes.
Are there pieces that are I want a piece that is
Oh, actually,
approximate.
I'm going to hold you for 1 second because I forgot to do the consequences
Oh, sorry.
for Seraphina
Yep.
because that was a 7 with consequences. So now let's see. What do you got? Okay. Seraphina, I will give you a choice.
Okay.
And it's probably not going to be much of a choice because, again, not taking it with you anyway. Well, actually, no. You can. I will let you choose between. You could have been standing a little too close to Howard, and give him burned 1, or we can scratch the notes on the long lost runes because they got caught in the flame. Your choice.
I'm gonna lose the runes.
Okay.
Not gonna hurt Heward, because that's just rude.
You could.
I could.
All right, so that's that. So now, take as you are looking around, as you are scrounging through the bits, another one of these things pops out of an ambush. It was hiding
Behind what?
a snowbank. And it is it is bursting from underneath a snowbank, and it looks like it is going to do something unfortunate to all of you. What would you like to do?
Well, where is it in relation to all of us?
It is relatively close because this was a snowbank kind of up against the cliff face. and you were not expecting it. So it can be, if you would like it to be within melee range, it can be. But I will, within reason, I will let you dictate where it is.
Okay, not sure exactly how best to use that information because I'm trying to get Zell and I, and then Seraphina and Hereward, and the other beastie,
Okay.
and like how, where.
Okay.
So, like, those are 2 points. Where is this third one popping out? I want to triangulate.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that you and Zell are pretty much right at, still basically right at the waterfall, because Zell was trying to sneak around to try to find an entrance.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, so if you guys are at the top of like a semicircle,
Mm-hmm.
the first one came in at about, if this were half a clock, it would be about 4 to 4:30, so about
Okay.
halfway between to the right and straight down.
Yeah.
And that one is the one that has Seraphina and Howard's attention. This one, as you are looking, as you are examining the waterfall and it is in front of you, this thing came from your left.
That's what I was afraid of. Okay. And is it closer to us relative to where Zell, and then is it closer to us than we are to Zell and Seraphina?
You mean Howard and Seraphina?
That's exactly
Yep.
what I said. Howard and Seraphina. Yes.
I would say that right now, I'm going to say that all 4 parties are equidistant from the next one in line. So it is about as far from the troll that is attacking you to you and Zell as it is from the 2 of you to Howard and Seraphina, which is the same as it is from Howard and Seraphina to the other troll.
Okay. Now, to follow up with my initial question.
Yep, sorry about that.
No, you're fine. You're fine, Mr. GM, throwing us a loop here. That's okay. Can I find a scrap of the sled that is at least approximately as tall as I am?
Well, let's roll for it.
Okay.
So this is basically what you're going to be trying to do is you're going to be trying to create a story tag that is like long shard of wood or something like that.
Okay.
So what this is going to be, this is going to end up being, we'll just do it as a quick. And I would say, because you can, and you are very creative, and you're very good at figuring out solutions to problems, and you're an artificer, so a lot of things are going to be working in your favor here.
Okay.
You are still cold, which kind of sucks. But I would say you can use knows a lot, constantly tinkering, creative, quick learner, and there's your problem.
Okay. Quick. All right.
There you go. Yeah, so you would have had 3 power. So yeah, I will even say that because you would have had 3 power to spend if we'd done this detailed, you can find a long shard of wood and keep the spotlight if you want to do a follow-up action.
I do want to do a follow-up action, in fact. Okay. Now, is the second troll is he fully presented from head to foot? All right. So
It
I
is, by the
take my
way,
yep.
it is, by the way, completely devoid of anything resembling either fur or clothing, and it has a completely smooth chest and groin.
Okay.
Full
So
frontal troll.
Yep.
I turn to Zell and smile a really big toothy grin through slightly chattering teeth, looking up at him,
Okay.
blink dramatically, and tell him, please make a distraction.
I am
10 feet
so
that
glad you
way.
said that. I was just thinking that myself.
Okay.
Oh, look, the queen.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, we'll play a little bit fast and loose with Spotlight. That's okay. So Zell, what are you? You have the chance to
Okay.
intervene in this moment.
Since we are in an ambush, we need to regain our advantage. So I am going to use compelling presence, pull their strings, and quick escapes to launch myself off of the wall, off of the ice wall, to get myself rocketing in another direction while drawing the attention of both of the trolls.
Okay.
I'm figuring with the pull their strings, I'm going to say something very loud and something very awful in my native fiendish tongue, just to in the hopes that either they understand it or they'll at least get the spirit of what I am saying. Something really, really terrible about their mom.
Okay. You might also consider brandishing those razor sharp claws as you do so to appear even more dangerous.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that'll be razor sharp claws, compelling presence, pull their strings, quick escapes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like it. Quick. Oh, jeez. Okay. So you do manage to launch yourself. Your aim is a little is A, your aim is a little off, and B, you kind of underestimated just how long these things' arms are. And as you go by, one of them, the one actually that is closer to Seraphina and Howard, kind of reaches out and rakes you with its claws as you go by. You were not expecting those arms to be that long. Please make me a reaction roll to try to soak some damage here.
Okay. Any modifiers to it?
I would say, because you didn't use the actual Fiendish Heritage title tag, I will say you could use that. And no, that's I think that's pretty much gonna be it.
All right. Fair enough.
So now again, remember, you do have the option to burn these tags for 3. And it's not that you would stop being a fiend, you would just, you would not be able to call on that particular strength until you got a chance to rest and restore the tag.
Well, let me see if the dice are going to utterly betray me or not.
Well, so unfortunately, you need to determine that before you roll.
Yeah, no, so
Okay.
I'm just going to use it, and
Okay.
because the battle's early yet.
Okay. So yeah, so you take /2. As this thing just rakes across you. You were not expecting that. But you do have their attention.
Excellent.
So we will send it back to Tick as you were waiting for this thing to happen.
So Tick waits for Zell to launch and the gaze of the left troll
Mhm.
to shift to Zell.
Which it very much does.
Then Tick takes an arced little gnomish sprint towards behind the second troll's feet.
The one that's by you, or the one that's by Seraphine and Howard?
The one that's by me.
Okay.
Provided I can do this, Tick stands. So if the troll is right here and like also I would imagine tries to slash Zell because both of them. Tick takes the piece of wood standing right behind and between the second troll's legs and does this.
Okay. So what we're going to do is first we're going to your extra spotlight is going to resolve basically whether you were able to get into place.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to give the spotlight on, and we'll come back and we'll do the actual strike the next time around.
Okie dokie.
So basically, you are making this is basically a mobility based roll.
Yep.
To basically try to get underneath the thing's legs without it reacting to you.
Yes.
What are you using?
Short, stubby legs.
Are you trying to argue that would be a positive, or are you invoking?
No,
weakness?
it is a fat. So I am trying to get there as fast. It is just
Okay.
it is part and parcel of trying to do a task like this.
Got it. Love it.
I want to use knows a lot, so to understand his own weakness and trajectory
Okay.
and timing and such. No. And I think there's your problem.
Okay. This is also a particularly innovative solution, so I would also take creative.
Nice. Yay.
Hit it. Let's see what happens.
Quick.
Yep.
Oops.
Oh. Wow. So yeah, you do not so this thing you made a bizarre miscalculation for you. Maybe it's just you were also not expecting the thing to move as fast as it did. And it catches and just shreds the wood shard that you had. It is gone.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go over to Howard. So
Okay.
one of them is blinded, and a second one just popped out. The one that is blinded is still looking like it is trying to attack you, and it is basically it is lunging for you with fangs and claws, like it was a wild animal. What are you doing?
Okay. First, I would like to invoke a little-known mallard god, RNGesus, in whose name we pray. And please, dice, please.
Your dice have not been nice to you tonight.
And I am going to launch myself swinging the maul at this thing, screaming something like, "Hey, ugly, let's dance."
Okay.
I would like to burn Smoldering Rage.
Love it.
Use Relentless Beatdown, Rend and Tear, and Duck Smash.
Okay.
Do I want to tap anything?
You can use the mace too,
Sure.
since
Is
you
that...
are, using the mace.
Yep. Okay.
I
That
believe you can
works.
only burn or scratch one tag on a roll.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's still. So we've got that, and then what else?
So it's 1 burnt tag and 4 invoked.
Yep. And then
Okay.
see down at the bottom of your HUD, you see the little minus 0 and plus.
Yes.
So give yourself another -1, because apparently if I do it, it doesn't actually affect the roll.
Okay. And what is that?
We'll do it as quick.
Yes, but give myself another -1.
So click the minus button, and you should see a little -1 in the middle there.
Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong one. Okay, there we go. I was apparently trying to add another tag.
Okay.
Which was
Yep.
me not understanding the interface. Okay. That's my bad.
Yep. Okay. Love it. So yeah, you would have 5 power to spend on this thing.
Okay.
So you can absolutely just smash it. But I do get to give you some kind of consequences. I don't. So I think that it's as you are going at it, as you bring your fury down on it, it does get a dying strike in.
Okay.
I need you to give me a reaction roll against a claw that is going to try to gut you as this thing dies.
Okay. Didn't even feel it.
So you used Relentless Beatdown and Rend and Tear, but I don't think you actually used Berserker.
No, I did not.
So, yep. Like that.
Trying to think, is anything else applicable?
And again, you can burn tags for this, because what's coming at you is /3. So
Okay.
if you succeed at this roll, you will still only have 2 power to lessen it, so it'll go down to /1.
Right.
If you burn a tag, that would give you enough to shrug off the whole thing. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what's applicable, or if I'm just going to, I'll burn. Didn't even feel it.
Okay.
All right.
Reaction. There you go. Okay, so you may spend 4 power on any effect,
Okay.
which means 3 of them, I assume, is going to undo the slash.
Yep.
With that 4th one, you can also get rid of your freezing 1.
I will do that.
Okay. Yeah, you know, as this thing comes at you, and you are going at it in pitched combat, you are now in your comfort zone because you don't have to think here.
Nope.
And you kind of tune out the entire rest of the world. You're seeing just the moment of battle, which includes just kind of being able to ignore or at least put aside the effects of how cold you got.
Sounds good.
Yep. Love it. Love it. Let's go back to Seraphina.
I am going to try to shoot some fire at the other troll.
Okay.
So, because the other one is way too too close to taking Zell for my comfort.
Okay.
So Firebolt, definitely.
Mhm. You can do Bears of Halo.
Let's see. And because I am trying to save the two of them from getting squashed, I'd like to throw in Protect with Fire.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. We can do this as a. Actually, no. We'll do this as a detailed attack.
Okay.
Woo! Nice.
There we go.
Yep. So yeah, you can give this thing. Let's see, yeah, you know what? It's an ice troll. Yeah. Describe how you melt this thing.
I am aiming for its head because Boomhead shot and attempting to like literally melt its face off because if it can't see, it can't aim.
Okay.
And hopefully its head being on fire will be a little bit distracting as it's dying.
So yeah, so you aim and you well, you don't exactly burn its face off, but you do melt a large hole through it.
I'll take
Yeah,
that.
so it kind of right now looks like a really thin icy Stargate. And you know, it's not a construct, it's not magically animated by any chance. It is a creature, and thus having its head hollowed out is generally bad for its health. And it stops and just kind of face plants onto the ice. And as it does, it shatters.
Huh. That's kind of cool.
Okay. So that being resolved, after some more after some more searching around, you do manage to find a break behind the waterfall that leads into the tower. And once inside, you see a gleaming, almost clear but ice blue spiral staircase that you are at the bottom of. If you had to guess, you would say that it, yes. Yeah, the second troll, Howard smashed it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Howard just completely
Okay.
obliterated it.
That's right. That's right.
Um, um, yes. Brain. Yes. So you are inside. Like I said, if you had to guess, it looks like, I mean, it looks almost like the staircase goes about halfway up the waterfall. And then there is some kind of Elsa-esque structure at the top that someone has seen Frozen a couple too many times, and has built themselves a nice little ice castle.
Frozen or Superman?
Yeah, why choose? I mean, it is a fortress of solitude either way. So. So, when you get to the top, I'm assuming you guys are going up the staircase.
Yeah, of course.
Mhm.
Okay. As you get to the top, you see at the top you see what looks like a receiving hall. At the end of it is a the stereotypical throne of ice.
Hmm.
Flanking it are 2 more of those trolls. And in the middle, it's sitting on the throne, is another wrinkled, aged woman. This one is wearing actually what looks like a very lush and thick, almost looks like a bathrobe, of dark blue with a lining of red along the edges. Her hair is just a few shades darker than ice blue. And she is right now, she does turn to notice you, but you see that her attention was off to the side and at something, and as you look over there, you see that frozen in the ice are 3 more of the caravan merchants. And Seraphina, I will say that you can immediately tell that, I mean, aside from being stuck in the ice, there is some kind of magical transformative effect that is attempting to take hold of them. She sees you, and it looks like, yeah. In fact, we're gonna start with you, Seraphina, because she does kind of, game recognize game, and she is she is gathering energy to cast some sort of ice spell. What would you like to do?
I am cranking up the fire and gathering up a big old ball of fire in my hand, ready to pelt it at her.
Okay. So are you actually firing, or are you?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna
Yeah.
do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do. She's not using that yet. So okay, yeah. I've got her stuff set.
Okay.
Because
So
I'm actually figuring out, I think, how to do this in the system, which is kind of cool. Again, the interface leaves a little to be desired, but that's okay. I would, well, no, again, you probably, if this doesn't work, you will probably want to use Shroud of Flame as defense.
yeah. You know what? She is, but you said it, she is wearing a robe-like thing.
Yeah.
And flammable things do burn.
Okay, I'll take that as a positive. Sure. Let's see. You have no statuses, which is good. Okay, yeah, let her rip.
Okay, detailed or quick?
Detailed.
Okay.
Okay. So you can spend 1 power to give her some kind of harmed status, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay. Singed 1. How about that?
Yes, and that's what I was gonna.
But she does still get to manage to get the spell off before you manage to hit her with that. So I am going to need. I am gonna need. I'm gonna need you to make a reaction roll. She blasts you with an ice spell far stronger than you were expecting. She is trying to just bind you in ice, and you have frozen 4 coming at you.
Okay. So, shot of flame, and hopefully that will disperse some of it.
Anything else?
I'm trying to remember.
You used Halo and Firebolt.
Yeah.
And flammable things burn on the attack, so you can't use them in the reaction. Again, so right now you have 1 power, so you'll bring it down to frozen 3.
Yeah.
If you if you scratched Shroud of Flame and succeeded, first of all, they give you an extra +2 to the roll, 3 instead of 1, and it would also bring it down to Chilly 1.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, I've got it set so that like it's like orange, but it's not.
Yep.
That's okay. That's
Yep.
okay.
There you go. Okay, so yep, Shroud of Flame is you do get status of Icy 1. Okay.
Okay, should I do a negative on the plus minuses at the bottom of my character?
No. So what's it?
Okay.
Do you see Icy 1 currently as red?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
so that,
I do.
Yeah. So that will work
Okay.
against you for any rolls from now on.
Okay.
And yeah, we're gonna go. Who wants to go next? Who wants the spotlight next?
I figured it's about time for Hereward to get off the chain.
Yep. The 2 ice trolls are lumbering forward, and one of them is coming at you. They are moving even faster now because even they were a little bit tentative on the ice. But this thing is definitely in its home turf right now. So it is coming at you, and it is fast.
All right. Can I burn Berserker to go berserk?
Sure.
Because my love is like Monster Truck.
If you're going to attack it again, yeah, you can. Yep, use that. Use the mace. You can use Duck Smash. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we're just going all out. Cool. Love it. 4 + 7. You don't have that anymore. Okay. Yep. Damn. Okay. Yeah. So that's 7. You know what? Describe how you managed to swing your mace in your Berserk Fury through both of them and just smash them both in one shot.
Well, I'm not sure it's one shot, more of like I don't know if you've seen any of the Indian gata swinging where, they lift it up and swing it behind their back.
Okay.
And when it comes back around, he just lets it carry him. So the momentum of the mace swinging around just literally moves, spins his body around and forward and just cleaves through one, recovers the swing, and just straight down on the other.
Nice. Okay, so those 2 are gone. And now it is yes. She looks appropriately perturbed at this turn of events, and goes and actually looks like she is casting magic towards the captives. Zell, what would you like to do?
All right, I'm going to do what I usually do, use my mouth to get myself into a whole lot of trouble.
Love it.
All right. Compelling presence.
Usually that's my job.
I know, right? Compelling presence, pull their strings, find leverage, and I'm going to distract her from being able to complete her spell.
Love it. Okay.
And I will even use Lender's help persuade.
Okay.
Create us an advantage. All right,
Hey,
so
Elsa, I've had worse. I've bedded worse for breakfast.
Bedded worse for breakfast?
Yes, worse than her.
I mean,
Nice. Yeah, okay. So what kind of effect are you going for here? And if you want to just do a detailed empower roll or attack roll just to see kind of some suggestions, obviously the 10 is going to stick for the total. I don't care.
I want to shake her confidence in her ability to actually cast the spell.
Okay, so you are intimidating her.
Yes.
Excellent. Because you had 4 power and her intimidate limit was 4.
Woohoo!
So she looks at you as you are drawing her attention, and you are just bearing your full fiendish fury. And she has never seen something like you before. And is somewhat of the same opinion as a lot of the people from Saga, that you are a demon and a creature of the underworld and vengeance and nastiness. And she, honestly, she looks, you have rattled her spell, and she looks like she is, what she does is she casts a quick spell. You didn't even see this happen. She goes to grab what looks like an icicle staff, as a rune is starting to glow on it, but she doesn't actually grab it in time, and she disappears in a flurry of snow. What would you like to do?
I think we should grab that staff for one thing.
Okay. She
And then see if we
also,
can
you
free
don't
those
know what
jerks.
she might have been wearing underneath it, but the cloak is actually there as well.
Tequila scuttles towards the cloak
Okay.
because he is currently Cold Gnome Factory.
Okay. You are putting the cloak on?
Yes.
Okay. The rest of you see Tequila kind of, scuttle forward, picks up the cloak, wraps it very tightly around himself, and almost disappears into the snow and ice background behind him. You have a snow veil cloak.
Hoo-hoo!
I will actually, I think I can actually drag this one onto you. Just give me 1 second to try it here.
May I help you, Mr. Myth?
Yes, you now have a
Yes.
snow veil cloak tag.
Nice.
And who was going after the staff?
Oh, I got the last staff, so
Okay.
Yeah, but well, I said I was heading that way, so I figure I'll go grab it.
Okay. So it is an ice. It looks like an icicle. It definitely has another one of these magic runes carved into it. You take it. It is not cold. It is surprisingly not cold to the touch. you that. Look at that.
If only we had some notes on these runes, I might know what it
Right?
does.
Well, sorry.
Yeah, I know. Oops.
I'm not complaining. This jackass just like
Nice.
brained two of these things and two of those trolls in a row, so I'm fine with that.
Right.
Okay, let's look at the ice enclosure.
Okay. So you can see that you managed to get through the ice to them without causing them considerable damage. Seraphina, they look partially transformed. The spell that she was casting it's a ritual that requires repetitive casting of this spell, but if you had let her succeed probably a couple more times, all three of these would have been turned into ice trolls. You can absolutely, well, okay. What would you like to do?
Okay. I would like to, 'cause I think I heard enough of the spell. I want to see if I can figure out the opposite that would basically undo the damage.
Okay.
So I am
yeah.
thinking student of magic and researcher.
Okay.
Yeah. Hedge magic.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. And because I am trying really, really hard to save these poor people from being partial ice trolls.
Yep.
Heart of gold.
Okay. And you can also, actually, I will also say that your celestial heritage helps you here.
Okay. Let's Okay, which one do you want me to roll?
Quick. Very nice.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. So what I will say is you have a okay. So you have basically a one-time spell in your inventory now. Congratulations, you have a cipher. So it is a temporary tag that you can cast to undo again some other kind of transformation. It will work only once, and you basically burn it the first time you use it, but it still only gives you one. So it's a one-use item.
Okay.
But yeah, you have that. And because it's 20 to 10, and I don't necessarily want to do another. Okay, do you guys want another battle, or are we good saying just get to the epilogue?
I'm good with getting to the end.
Okay. So, you managed to get all of the merchants back to the initial scene of the avalanche. Again, Seraphina. Yep. No,
Trying to get a mug of tea together.
It's all good.
Just 2 seconds.
Yep. So as you guys head back, and I already did this
There
for
we go.
session, anyone who has any cold-based statuses, you can dismiss those. So you make it back to the scene of the original avalanche with all of the merchants. Serafina, you can feel that there are still currents of magic here. The Serpentine Avalanche was definitely something that was conjured, and it performed the task that it was summoned to do, but it's not gone. And you can tell that it's going to take magic power a lot stronger than yours in order to cleanse this. But the merchants are obviously very grateful and happy to have been rescued. They do. They offer up an even larger chest of coins, which was basically all of the money that they had with them in the caravan. Zell and Serafina, because of your various proclivities, they are putting up a brave front, and they're certainly grateful to be alive. But giving away all their gold is that's not plan A or even plan Q. They really don't want to do this, but they feel that they are in your debt that they're in your debt for basically saving their lives.
I mean, yeah. I won't disagree with that.
How would you like to respond to this?
Can we confer really quickly? Like,
Yep.
guys, I can't take the money. I mean,
Can we take
not
some
gonna-
of the money? Right, because we could use some cash. There's no question about that.
I mean enough, for like, fresh mounts and, a decent meal and stuff kind of thing, but I can't take everything from them. That's just wrong.
I can see the pain look on Zell's face.
Right? If you don't want Tick to be able to afford all the tools he needs or anything, that's fine.
So, Fina, you're going to go in and negotiate down the amount of money they're trying to give you?
Yes.
Okay. They are very, very grateful at that. Dombrak particularly looks very, very relieved. And he gives you he takes a piece of parchment and writes out something that he gives you that is, let me see if I have it in here. Should. Aftermath. There it is. But I don't actually have it as a. Okay. He hands you a piece of parchment. And this will actually translate back into the normal game as well the money.
Okay.
That is a promissory note that you can trade at, because you're going you can trade somewhere in the actual continent that we will figure out later, of course. That is basically a promissory note for a horse. And that can be either a fast riding steed for a messenger, or a workhorse, or a trained war horse, anything you would like. So And as the four of you sit there, and you're kind of thinking about everything that's happened the last couple of days, and there are some unanswered questions that nag at you. First of all, you know that the Ice Witch escaped somehow, or maybe was taken. You're not quite sure. So she's still out there somewhere. Obviously, as I said, the avalanche was never... The avalanche still exists and will need to be taken care of at some point. But Fina, here is... and the next question, actually, before we get to that, you still have to make it the rest of the way to Greengold Deep. You don't know if there are any other dangers that are going to confront you on the way there. But as we start to fade out, Serafina, a thought occurs to you that is even more unsettling than everything else that you faced in this adventure. And that is this. Witches come in threes.
Oh, shit.
And that is the end of the road to Greengold Deep. Thank you all. Appreciate thank you to anyone who actually watched all three of these. We will be back, I'm guessing, probably in the new year. Though we may do something on the 22nd. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. But presumably we will be back in CYPHER system in the actual Echoes storyline. Finally getting back to see what happens with Zahar and her father. But this was...
See if Zell can manage to get out of, out of there without getting his ass kicked by, the entirety of Zahar's family.
Yep.
Just some of them.
I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, that sentiment isn't, it's fairly universal amongst people I meet. Nonetheless.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just very useful to you. So there you go. So that was the road to Greengold Deep, using the Legend in the Mist system by Son of Oak Games, built on the original City of Mist system. Links to purchase the PDFs for that are in the description, as is, of course, our standard links to get all your CYPHER system goodness. For any of you who are interested in CYPHER and may not have been following this, Monty Cook Games just finished a Kickstarter for yet another new updated version of CYPHER that is going to be... It is intended to be backwards compatible with what is currently there. They cleaned up some things. They added a couple of new mechanics. The previews that I've seen look really good, and I'm not saying that just because I'm running CYPHER. So if you're interested, take a look. I believe they're still doing late pledges on BackerKit. So yeah, go check that out. Check out Legend in the Mist. There's a lot of free stuff available, mostly on drive-thru. And then the core book is expected out, I believe, next month. So that's that. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get ready and do our after show. But in the meantime, for Matt, Julie, Ray, Patrick, and ECAT in absentia, this is Trevor, the Vitruvian Meeple. Happy adventuring.